Yeah.
Hmm.
Can
Well.
you please fix that?
Right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good Morgan. What's a good Morgan?
I don't know. I think that's German. I think.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 121. Actually, holy moly, 121 episodes already.
Hmm. Oh, I forgot. I'm gonna try to sit down this way today.
Man, see,
Do I
now we're
look
gonna
too
have to do that.
relaxed?
No, actually, it's not bad.
I might fall asleep. Wake me up when you're done, huh?
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, episode 121 today, the 14th of February 2024. First thing I want to say is to my beautiful, beautiful wife, happy 8th year anniversary.
Yeah.
And happy
Congratulations, man.
happy Valentine's Day as well. Being married to you has been the highlight of my life, and I have never ever met a woman or anybody in that manner that has pretty much made an effect on my life on an everyday basis. I love you, and I look forward to the rest of my life with you.
Yeah.
Di ka, uy.
It's my baby girl, man. I love my baby. It's my wife.
Not
She's
not
annoying,
you, huh?
but she's my wife. I always tell my wife, the day that I don't get annoyed by her is the day that she should get worried. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I've always told my wife that, and yeah, I kind of stick by it. You know?
Ooh.
Woo.
Did you practice that? Did you think about that speech before
On
you
the
got on?
fly. I thought about it on the
Wow.
fly because I always speak from the heart when it comes to like that. You know?
Wow. Well,
Kasi
speaking from
ganyan
the
eh.
heart,
Yeah.
that's the problem with me and Valentine's. Now I'm gonna remember that it's your anniversary.
Happy
Well,
anniversary and
thank
happy
you.
Valentine's.
Thank you. 10 years together, although it feels like 20.
Wow.
But married 8 years. You know? Who would have thought?
Nice.
And I met her on OK Cupid. On
Oh,
Mm.
my
really?
I
Oh,
did.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No. I don't
Really?
think
That's
I
an
Oh
app,
asked. I
right?
don't
man.
think we ever asked.
So I messaged her one day. I know where we just started, but you know what? We haven't done the intro. It's okay. But I messaged her on OK Cupid. I saw her, right? Like,
So wait, this is an OK Cupid success story.
yes, OK Cupid
Wow.
success story. Hey baby. No, I didn't say hey baby. Hey, how are you? No response. Nothing. 2 weeks later, I finally get a response. 2 weeks later, I'm like, ding. Well, like, whoa. She replied. She goes, are you Mexican? She thought I was Mexican or something.
Because if you are, I'm not interested.
She's like, come out estas. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was the thing. And then we chit chatted for like a day or two, and then finally we met at the bar, my bar,
Mhm.
and that's where the magic started. 10 years later, whatever.
Your bar, like you had a you were managing it or you owned it.
No. I had there's a local community bar that pretty much I frequented, and I was like a regular. And when I say a regular, Cheers, the TV show, the old TV show,
Mm,
like this guy
mm,
Norm
mm.
that had a seat at the end of the bar.
That was
That
you.
that was this guy. I mean, I had a seat. I didn't pay on every day. I paid on a weekly basis.
Wala,
When
wala ka sa tito ko.
oh,
Did you have your name on the bar stool or on the countertop?
that was only missing to me. That would have been cool, but nobody sat on my seat. Nobody. They always left it open for me. And I never had to order a drink because as soon as I walk in, they know my drink. It will just come to me. That's it. It was so regular. It was kind of cool actually. That's why I decided to take AC there. Because we're sitting down with a girl that you just met, and then people will just come up to you, "Hey Jay, how are you?"
But the thing is, what if you guys didn't work out? Then that means she couldn't go back to that bar anymore.
That's not my problem.
Oh, what was the drink?
What was that?
What was the drink?
It's just simple Jack and Coke. Yeah, just
Oh, here
Jack and Coke.
we call that rum coke here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's whiskey, but I would sit down. I took her there. I kid you not, it made me feel like I'm so popular, because people are like, "Hey Jay, what's up, man? Hey Jay, what's going on?" I walk in, we sit down on the table, and the waiter just brings me my drink without even asking. In fairness, I've never done that to any other girl. I've never taken any other girl on a date, on a first date at that bar. Only her. So,
Why so?
I don't know. There was something about her. There was something about her that I was like, you know what? Yeah, why not? Anyway, that was it. Happy Valentine's Day, Tin. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
I got to tell you about our Valentine's Day dinner.
Yeah?
But before we do that, maybe you should roll the intro.
Okay. Two guys from two sides of the world. The Flip Side with Jay and Noel. Catch us live every Wednesdays and Sundays, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Philippines. Now, your hosts, Jay and Noel. Can I just say, every time this intro pops up, there's like a predominant image of you on this middle area of the screen doing this.
That's my favorite part. All you folks just witnessed the longest intro of a podcast ever.
I'm so
Welcome to
sorry.
the show. No, not a complaint at all. Actually, I didn't want it to end. I wanted it to continue. Just like the end of the day with the Millennial Legends the other day. It's like, I don't want this day to end.
Right.
We gotta. So we could talk about that some other time, maybe later, maybe on another episode, whatevs. But tonight, I guess the pressing idea is Valentine's, right? It's Valentine's Day where you are. It's Valentine's Day where we are at.
Yeah.
And I think this would be an interesting topic for you to respond to. This is one of the things that I had in mind that's so pressing. It's not about relationships. It's not about Valentine's Day, but we had a Valentine's Day dinner at a nearby Korean restaurant, right? And it's not surprising to have like a little asterisk on their menu that says bawal ang takeout, no takeout allowed. I'm not surprised. It's fine. No reclamo, no complaints about that.
Okay.
Although the food was reasonably good, it was just too much for us. Hindi namin naubos. Both of us were just full. She was looking at me like, you finish it. No, you finish it. It's like, what are you looking at me for? Anyway, we were fine paying the extra charge for unfinished food. Anong tawag nila doon? Like leftover charge.
What?
So you've never heard of that before?
I have. But what boggles me is the fact that you're paying for a leftover charge and you can't take it home?
That's exactly what I said to the manager. That's exactly what I said.
What? So what? You're paying for food for your staff members?
Right. So at first it was the cashier that brought the check, right? And she's like, "Sir, okay lang ba na we will charge you for the take for the leftover charge." Tinatanong mo, so, and I was just joking, no? Like, you're asking me, tinatanong mo ako, so pwede akong sumagot, pwede bang hindi? kasi you're asking me as if it was a question, like if I had a choice, like, pwede bang hindi? Hindi, sir, ganun po kasi yung policy namin. Although hindi siya tanong, sinasabi mo siya sa akin na kailangan namin magbayad ng takeout. Okay. Sige, gets ko. Kasi weird lang kasi that you're asking me a question, and that's how twisted being nice as a Filipino is sometimes, I think, and I just try to make fun of it. Na parang ikaw tinatanong mo ko, wala pala akong choice.
You also did it in a sarcastic manner.
Yeah, but I was just also genuinely confused because she's asking me a question. I didn't realize I didn't have a choice. It wasn't actually a question. It was maybe
it's more
she's
like a
the one
statement. It's a general statement.
Is it a general statement? No,
yes.
she was nicely asking me, sir, okay lang ba na meron kayong leftover fee?
It's a general statement that she basically laid out in a questionable manner.
Was
That's
that
it.
the right way to say it? Is that the
No,
right way to do it?
she should have outright said, "Hey, sir, just to let you know, we have to
Right.
charge you a,
Right.
you know."
Yun
That's
nga.
it.
That's what I mean. That so because she didn't do it that way, it was an opening for me to make fun of the idea that you're asking me a question, tinatanong mo ako, di
Right,
sasagutin kita na hindi pwede. So it was just good fun, right? It was
right,
no
right.
problem. So she turned around and then sabi ko, wait lang. Pero kung babayaran namin to, baka pwede i-take out. Since we're paying for the overcharge, I mean for the leftover fee, which I guess I understand. You don't want us to take the food home because we might copy it or whatever.
No.
Can I take home the food though? Because sayang parang I'm paying for something that I'm not actually getting.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
I've never complained about that idea before until it actually happened to me. So I was up, we were paying already. I had the money in my hand. And I said, baka naman pwede pa balot. Sige na.
hold on. I'm sorry. Is this an all you can eat?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it does make sense that you're being charged, because it's the same thing here, especially in a Korean restaurant where it's an all you can eat Korean place or
Mm-mm.
any place really. They will charge a leftover fee. How much do they charge you?
200 pesos.
That's not bad. That's not
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
That's
We
about
actually,
standard. Yeah.
we're not rich kids, and I understand the policy and we didn't actually mind. But May- anong gusto mo anong
But okay.
Hindi nakalagay sa menu.
ito mas galit pa to sa akin. I was really genuinely just having fun because, and I emphasize, because she was asking me the question. If she didn't ask me, if she just went straight up, sir, may leftover kayo, you need to pay for the leftover fee.
Right.
Done, gone, paid. We would have left. I would have probably left with a little bit of a grudge. Parang I would have been like, parang nanakawan tayo nun ah. But the fact that they were nice, really good service,
But
you know, and
Okay.
she asked me
expensive,
the
Yeah, okay.
menus.
Oh,
Eh,
and then the leftovers not
Di ka naman galit niyan.
No.
Thank you pala. Thank
Does she
you.
have a mic? Give her a mic.
She does. I can hear her. You can't hear her?
I can, but it's so echoed.
Sorry.
Oh.
No, it's
Mahina lang
fine.
siguro.
Mahina
Ayun.
lang.
Mm.
Oh yeah, that's perfect there.
Oh, so yeah, ito magrereklamo na to sa barangay eh.
Anak ng
Hindi,
putya.
syempre ang mahal ng
Shut up.
binabayaran ko na kasi hindi ikaw yung kaya ganyan ka
No,
eh.
it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So parang ako napatingin ako sa menu, wait. 200 yung babayaran ko pero wala kayong nakalagay doon na no take out. No.
Well, how much is it per person, first of all?
599.
600
Okay.
pesos.
Yeah.
All right, so $200 really for a leftover fee. That's not bad. Hold on, 200
200 pesos
per person or total?
total.
Per person yun,
Hindi, yung magkano binayad natin?
200 lang yung
8.
hiningi sa atin.
Okay,
Pero
then that's fine.
if dalawa tayo, 400 yun.
Hindi, dalawa nga tayo. Magkano charge nila? 200 lang.
No, 200. Inanuhan na lang kasi Valentine's Day. Pero per
Okay.
person,
Oh, so that was a
leftover.
Valentine's Day
Oo.
discount?
Yeah,
So-
parang ganun.
Valentine's Day leftover discount?
My God.
So, for 600 pesos and then $200. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Pero, Tin made a really, really valid point here.
Hmm.
If it's not posted anywhere, especially in the menu, why would you do it?
Yeah, kasi parang black and white lang eh. Nagbe-verbal
Exactly.
na sinasabi lang nila.
Wala sa-
wala sa dun sa
wala
menu.
sa menu na no
Oo.
takeout?
Oo.
Wala din sa menu na no takeout?
Wala.
Oh, see? Then that's not a policy. That's just
Yeah.
them.
Kaya ako
Being-
napa-question.
Oh,
Well, whether it was on paper or not, and good thing na lang it was not. So I had the audacity to ask. Na parang lugi yata ako noon, binabayaran ko. I'm paying for the leftover fee, but I don't get to take it home.
right. So it doesn't
Isn't
make
that
sense.
weird?
Mm.
So without making a scene, I asked for the manager. Let me get your manager. And then the manager was nice enough to come up, and then I also asked him, like, isn't it weird? Parang I don't mind. We don't. So they really thought that we were complaining about the fee. It's like, no, I'm happy to pay it, except can I just have it taken out? Yun lang
Yeah.
yun. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm paying for something that I don't get to take home with me or something like that. And quite literally, I was telling him, "Lan, we're just gonna feed it to the dog anyway. It's not like
Why
trying
would
to."
you even say that to me?
Anyway,
That kind
so
of defeats your argument.
l- long story short, he was nice. I was being nice about it, and I think this is why I wanted to share it with you. That he was nice. I was
Right.
nice. The
Right.
more we can like understand each other's grievances.
Mm.
And I said, okay, just give me a second. I'll ask the main office if you can do that.
Mm.
Like 10 seconds later, he's back. I'm sure he didn't make the phone call.
Right.
And he said, "Oh, which one do you want to take out?" I said, "Oh, just the little pieces of meat, not the kimchi and not all the other stuff that the dog can't eat. Just like literally just the meat. Even the one that I spat
Mm.
out, just put that in together." So,
I'm sorry, but that made you look like a douchebag right there. I mean,
so
I'm sorry.
whatevs. Anyway, he was happy to do it to give me consideration. I was like, okay, okay, just don't tell anybody. Don't tell any of the other customers that
Yeah.
we have like this little deal.
Mm.
And he was like, "Oh, okay, sige, sir," parang like that. So I guess what I'm trying to brag about here is that you can get a little further. I think if you just add a little humor and try to be nice to the people
Right.
that are
Right.
serving you,
Right. I agree
and
because
to
it
get
makes
your
things
message
easier.
across.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the way you handled it towards the end is a little questionable, but it's okay. You
And
shouldn't
then,
have add that it's going to be fed to to a dog.
yeah, may tanong ako doon.
Mm.
Oh.
Sa 200 na binabayaran namin per person,
Mm.
na leftover, ang
Mm.
tanong, saan napupunta?
Yung 200.
Yeah.
No, that's like extra. That's extra revenue for them. That's not going to the
For
employees.
the
That's
staff
going.
ba?
Yeah.
Or for the...
Tip.
No, I don't think that's
no.
going tip. That's literally going to the business itself. But see, that's the whole thing. There's, if it was me, see, this is why you guys are so nice as a Filipinos in Philippines. Okay, because if even me as a Filipino that goes back home to the Philippines and probably just to visit, and then all of a sudden encounters that,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be questioning that 100% all the way through. Because it's not in your policy, it's not in your menu.
Yeah.
There's no clear point of view. You can't just go up to a patron or to a customer and say, "Hey, you didn't finish your food. I'm gonna charge you 200 pesos, and you can't take it home." What?
Mm.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So that's my thing on that. My take on that. But that's weird. And you know what? Man, you guys are too nice. I would have questioned that like crazy.
But yun na nga. So the idea was I was questioning it technically, but it was the manner that I was doing it that I think I got away with it.
Yeah,
Because
you did.
we're just
Yeah,
all,
you definitely did. Yeah,
but
yeah.
again, I got to give credit to the lady that was asking me a question if it's okay to add the leftover fee, and because she
Yeah.
asked me, then I answered her. Pwede bang hindi?
Well, pwede bang wag na
now that
lang?
you asked.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That
that's
kind of that kind of rolls into the next thing that I wanted to talk about here. You guys sent me a link yesterday, and I read through this. It's the basically I've named this as the Philippine gold standards for McDonald's. Okay, because
okay.
Go ahead.
No. I don't want to cut you off, but quick pause, just like a little teaser. After the dinner, we were walking home, and then I found out the reason why there's so many e-bikes on the road and what concerns me about it. I wanted to talk a little bit about it, maybe 5 minutes later before we finish or what.
Wow.
But I found out the standards, the Land Transportation Office, the LTO, that's the DMV equivalent of what you guys have there, at least in California. Do they also call it DMV in all
it's
the other
DMV
states?
everywhere else. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's LTO here, and I just found out what the vehicle standards are for e-bikes. And anyway, we'll talk about it later. It's a little difficult for me to sort of compress all in one sentence or thought, but that's what we did after the dinner. If you want to find out about it, remind me to talk about it later, or if
talk
not,
about
in
it
another
now.
episode.
Talk about it now. You've already gone too far with it to not talk about it. Yeah. We can
Okay.
skip to the next one after.
So we walk in there just by chance. We walked over to a. It's funny, this e-bike place. They're selling e-bikes, and what caught my attention was the motorcycles that they're selling actually look almost photocopy the same as the motorcycles we have, which is
Right.
the motorcycle that we have, which is gas powered.
Right.
Don't show. I don't want to. Basta. So it looks exactly like the. Because I'm gonna talk negative a little bit about it, and I
That's
don't
fine.
want to ruin their business or what. But it looks exactly like the motorcycle that we have.
Mm.
So it's basically it's a little underpowered. They're talking about wattages and number of hours to charge, etc., etc. But she asked a question about, or I don't know how it came up, but so one of the sales ladies. Oh, and by the way, this e-bike place is located right beside a gas station, which is ironic, right? Because
That's very.
they're selling gas, and
That's
then
the e-bike.
there's an e-bike. Well, a whole bunch of their
Okay.
designs.
Okay.
Okay. So this is not to talk negative specifically about their brand. I have no opinion about. Actually, what I wanted to react to was like on their wall,
Mhm.
which is why they're also so confident about selling these e-bikes. All you need is a helmet, but you don't actually need a driver's license to buy one or to even ride it.
Huh?
Paano ba
many
lumabas
cc?
yun? How did that question come out? Oh, I don't know how many cc. They were
Promotion
talking
nila
about
para
wattages and
makabenta.
electric vehicle terms.
Yeah.
Para makabenta, kaya
Eh,
dyan
pero
sinabi.
paano nabanggit yun? Did you ask a question? Yeah, so I guess they were sales talking us just out of the blue. They said, "Oh, you don't even need a driver's license to buy one."
Hmm.
What if?
Aside from the fact that it's like 1/2 or 1/4 the price of the motorcycle that we have, it's underpowered and blah 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 blah. So
May tanong
Right.
ako nga sa kanya dapat kanina. Kaya lang, pinigilan ko na lang.
mm,
Paano, what if maka-aksidente ka? Wala kang driver's license.
yeah.
Diba?
So
Yeah.
apparently, this policy that they're talking about is called the L1B. It sounds like a travel visa, but
It
the
sounds like a
classification the classification of this what do you call it? The category of this rule for the LTO, if I could find it here. I think I got it there. So
Yeah.
but
But only on the edge
there.
of the road.
Yeah, no, but down here, can you see the part where it says helmet? Yes, motorcycle helmet only.
Wow.
Driver's license and registration not required. So can you imagine driving on the road, whether it's not a national road, it's just a tiny road, but it's still a road where there are other vehicles on the road,
Mhm.
and this person that's driving actually doesn't have a driver's license, it's not required. But the
That's sketchy.
size and speed, which is another reason why these e-bikes are allowed on the road, or they're classified this way because they only run up to a certain speed limit,
Right.
is
Well, then that's
40
the reason why.
45 kilometers per hour, which is still pretty darn fast.
That's 20 miles an hour. That's pretty quick. Yeah.
That's about the average speed that I drive, actually. So when she was like, "Oh, that's not enough for us," and I was like, "No, that's just as fast as I go." And they're like, "No," and she goes like, "No, we go double that speed." Yeah, sometimes for like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So whatevs, right? So the whole point is the bike looks exactly like ours. Maybe it's a little underpowered, maybe it's a little skinnier, but it still doesn't look like a toy. This vehicle, this two-wheeled vehicle, if you go fast enough, you can still kill someone.
Yeah. Well,
And
I
it
mean,
actually
it's the
doesn't-
same. It's the same thing as driving a regular motorcycle. You know.
Right, but not like a moped, for example, where it's a.
Is
like
that
a-
what this might be classified as? Does it look like a moped? Is it too small?
Someone messaged
here it comes down
there
as
you go.
light e-scooter, e-moped, something number of watts.
Right. 50 kilometers an hour.
Valentine's daw.
Happy Valentine's daw, sabi Nino.
Ni Yvonne.
Oh, Yvonne. Oh, hi, Yvonne.
Hey,
Thanks for the
happy
message.
Hey, Yvonne. Happy Valentine's.
Oh, bakit bumaba yung boses mo? Hey, Yvonne. Happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. Come
So
to you
yun,
live. Anyway.
It just got me worried. Na parang may gulay. We were about to buy one to sort of replace, consider replacing, let's say, the gas-powered motorcycle,
Right.
because you're exchanging for the price is just a few kilometers. Let's say if I do drive the fastest that I've probably gone is maybe like 80 kilometers per hour
Okay.
for maybe 20 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Ang tanong dyan,
Pero the point is, if their selling point is that you only go 45 kilometers per hour, that's why it's legal, and you don't
Mm.
even need a driver's license for it.
Mm.
It's not the speed that's going to kill you sometimes. Even if you're just like if you're stopped on the wrong side of the road and you don't know that because you don't have a freaking driver's license, I can still run into you if you're just sitting
Right.
on the wrong spot of the stoplight.
That's definitely a big issue there. I mean, see here, there's a certain number of um, if you're driving a motorcycle to begin with, you have to have a separate motorcycle license. Okay.
Yeah, we have a little category for that for the driver's license
Right.
also.
may
Right.
And
insurance
then-
ba yan pag ganyan?
The what?
May insurance ba daw tong ano? I don't even know.
Oh
We
yeah,
didn't even get-
siempre. I mean,
as far
here
as
there
that.
is. Yeah, here there is. I don't know
Are
about
you
there.
asking
Hindi
about
nam- yeah.
Are you asking about the e-bike that we were talking about a
Hindi
while
naman,
ago?
walang binanggit.
We have no idea.
Oh, meron, I'm sure meron yan. Tapos here, you're considered, you don't need to have a driver's license. I think after a certain CCs, only up to a certain CCs as your motor. I think it's 75 or 70. Anything above, you need a driver's license.
Ayun. So this probably is around that same category as 25, let's say 75 cc's kind of motorcycle,
Right.
where you don't actually technically need a driver's license.
Right. Honestly,
But-
I was trying to get my wife to I'm trying to convince her to let me just use one. So when I go to work, it's cheaper, gas wise.
So yun, I guess the LTO, DMV, the people that come up with the rules of the road thought about it, and I
Yeah.
guess they considered. But as a person driving on the road, ako naman, parang I want to share the road, but I just hope that they also know the rules and regulations that they should be, let's say, on the furthest. Like there's still, even if you don't need a driver's license, I wish they knew and actually followed the rules, because this
Right.
motorcycle that they're selling is actually deceivingly equal to the size that we're also driving. And
You guys should probably get one and just switch it off when you guys travel. Meaning palitan para hindi sayang sa gas.
yeah,
Mura lang yung gas namin.
yeah.
Oh.
So
Then
Pero, ang yari kami dito, if binili namin yan, kuryente naman.
well, yeah. Yeah, yun din yun.
yun.
Diba? Di mag-gas na lang kami.
Huwag ka na mag-aircon.
Yeah.
Bawal na
Okay.
mag-aircon pagka may ganito na tayong
That's one of the biggest
E-bike.
gripes here in regards to, the Tesla, the electric cars.
Oo.
Okay. So yes, it will save you in gas. Okay.
Mm.
Especially in it'll save you in gas. But one thing that people neglect to mention is your electric bill does go up.
Yeah.
You know?
Parang ganun lang din.
Kung hindi ka magpapa-install ng charger itself in your own house, then
Oo.
you have to buy an extension for it. Okay?
Oo.
And then on top of that, your electric bill will go up. On top of that, all these electric cars, including the hybrids, for example, you could buy a hybrid car. After a certain number of miles, the battery will die out. And then you need to replace the battery. And the battery costs $10,000,
Oh my God.
between $8,000 to $10,000. So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing also about it is that the lifespan of these batteries. She was telling me a while ago that some of them only last for a year. But before we get lost in the whole e-bike, electric vehicle
Right.
thing, just going back to the rules and regulations of the road. Yun, that's kind of what I was complaining about last week when we were kind of talking about why is the traffic so bad here. It's because there's so many reasons and excuses, and I don't mean to villainize it, for so many people to be on the road. Parang, I mean, I don't like bicycles and pedestrians. Those I love to share the road with, but e-bikes that are, You know what I mean? Parang it's
Questionable.
in that questionable gray area, and then of
Right.
course you got people think that they know how to drive, but they actually don't, and then they're standing or parked on the wrong side of the road. Where
And
it
then,
just makes me uneasy. I don't wanna hog the road. I wanna share the road,
yeah,
but
Right.
I worry
Right.
about people that
yeah. And then,
I
ito
don't
pa
even know how to
yung
say it
ano, yung
properly, but
hindi
you know what I
safe.
mean.
Ito pa yung hindi safe sa e-bike eh. Like, chinarge mo siya, nakalimutan mo. Pwede pang
Mm.
masunog yung bahay mo.
That
Yeah,
yun
there
pa
have
yun.
been
You know,
instances,
there's a lot of that
reports
here.
like
There's
that.
actually
Yeah.
one of those hybrid jeeps online. Somebody recorded it online, just bursted in flames.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a sad story about something like that here. I think in Pampanga, where the family
Yeah.
Right.
was stuck inside, and then like
Oh.
because they couldn't get out of the garage was burning. They were up on the second floor. The fire went up on the second floor, etc. That whole e-bike
Yeah.
drama. But yeah, so just going back to the rules and regulations of the road, that's kind of what worries me.
Yeah.
And until something happens, or we get somebody killed, that's probably the only time that we're going to think twice about that rule.
That's
But
not
aside from
helping.
that,
That's not helping with the Philippine traffic itself.
Yeah.
With the Manila traffic, it's actually gonna, like you said, it's gonna make it 10 times worse. And then on top of that, like what you've been saying, there's the issue of what possibly somebody just losing their life.
Mm.
Yeah.
mm-mm. So I don't know how much further I want to get with those topics, but yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to like put that on the table, and then maybe we could talk about that another time. But basically, LB1 or LBA, I think what did I say?
LB1.
This,
LB1 is what you said.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, this rule that allows these guys to be on the road, which
Right.
I understand, and I can see that, but at the same time, it just made me worried. Like, what? I don't need a driver's license to drive this vehicle.
Right.
It just
Oh, remember?
Is there an
made me
age
worried.
limit?
The kid na
I don't think
sinuntok?
wala yata age limit or anything like that.
Yeah,
Basta,
no age limit. Then 10 years old, my God, pwede na mag-drive here ng e-bike.
Oh my
Ina-allowed.
God. See, that's insane.
Diba?
There has
Yeah.
to be some kind of regulation for that. How much does it cost to begin, if I may ask?
35,000.
39, 40,000 pesos.
38, yeah. Pero
Oh, may
the other
discount pa.
one, 20,000.
Oh, yun. So it depends. And then there's like a tricycle version where you got like 10-year-olds can actually drive.
What is that
And
in dollars? Never
Syempre,
mind.
that's up to them if they're going to take it out of the subdivision or what. But what else? So it's just so much more to worry about on the road. So now I'm worried about two things: the really fast vehicles
$500?
that are really crazy going fast, and the vehicles that are going crazy slow. So
Right.
nadagdagan lang. Yun lang. Like, I'll put an end to that first. But it's just another
You
one
know
of those
what?
things that's on my
I'd do
plate.
it. If I were you, I'd get one.
Really?
I didn't realize
Electric vehicle.
that electric bike. I don't think. See, listen. One thing that you guys don't realize as well is it's actually cheap to buy a solar panel that could create a charging station for it.
But the solar panel here is 480,000.
No, if you, in Manila, but if you go in the province and have bought it from there, it's a lot cheaper. Actually, also you can go to military bases
Oh.
and they sell it there for dirt cheap. I guarantee you that. I'm just saying that I know for a fact because it doesn't make sense.
Mahal
If
sa
people
Manila
in the provinces, there's one province in Davao where
Oh.
they're phasing out the what do you call those the tuk-tuk bikes or whatever?
Yeah,
With
tuk-tuk.
the passenger
yeah.
seat in the back right there.
Yeah.
Okay. And there are more and more electric bikes like that in Davao. Okay. And people are just have regular battery cells or solar panels that charge it. If they're able to do it there for whatever price that they might have, obviously it's easier than what it could be or than what it is in Manila. That's my point. And then it's cheaper. Actually, a lot of people that build solar panels like that, they actually use that for their own house as well. So But yeah, it's an option. I think if it was me, I'd get it. I'd figure out a way to get it just because it's so much easier. For me, if I lived in a neighborhood or in a city like that where everything is expensive, including gas, oh man, I'd definitely try to figure out a way to do it because that's just me though. My chain of thought is I'm always trying to save a penny in every possible way I could. That's
All
just
right.
me.
So, listen, speaking of saving, can we talk about food next?
Yeah, so freaking this kind of bothered the shit out of me. I'm sorry. Okay. So, you sent this link regarding how this person in BGC basically said, "Oh, McDonald's is the cheapest option of food I can find here." And I was like, "What?" There's
What?
there's a couple of questions that popped up in my head here. There's one, where do you live that you're saying that McDonald's is the cheapest option for you to find food, for you to find? Okay.
Yeah.
Two, is McDonald's considered like some of these people are equating McDonald's food as like carinderia food.
Mm.
All right.
Because of the
it's-
price.
Yeah, but that's it's the type of food that you're serving and the location you're serving. That's what defines carinderia in other food places.
Okay.
You know? So there's some people that are saying, okay, you're some carinderias are charging $100 per plate now for specific meals or whatever, or 100 pesos. And there's a value meal in McDonald's where you can get for 75 pesos.
Mm.
Yeah. And then there's some people that are saying, that are commenting in here that, okay, you're paying, this sounds like an elitist person that's complaining about food that they can't find anywhere else. You can go to buy a turo turo for less than that.
Mm.
But one, why are they comparing McDonald's to a carinderia? Two, are carinderia prices really getting that expensive as well?
Is that a question or a
Yep,
statement?
duh. Yes, it's a question. It's a question, you know, because here McDonald's is obviously still a staple as a fast food restaurant. You know what I mean? I'm lucky if I can find. Well, you can go to even the dollar meal or value meal. It's not even $1 anymore. It's $1.49. You know, but they still call her the dollar menu. I'm like, nothing in the dollar menu is for $1. Everything is over $1, so you can't call it a dollar menu. But it's still fast food, and it's not as cheap anymore. Although, now that I think about it, here, even Filipino foods here, the carinderias here, are just more expensive.
So what are you thinking?
I don't know. First off, the title of this person's billionario, okay, it's the title of this whatever profile, which is a fitting place to have this kind of discussion because one, it's obvious that there's the people that have money complaining, oh, I can't get cheap food, good food here. I have to go to McDonald's instead. So the rich person belittling McDonald's, thinking that McDonald's is like carinderia, and two, basically saying that carinderia food sucks.
Listen, I don't know if I'm missing the point here somewhere, but I don't really get the issue or the argument because the way that I'm thinking about this, and I've eaten on both, and I shared this with you because this is exactly the McDonald's that we go to.
Right.
Specifically that one. And this
Okay.
is a nice McDonald's because they have like a little commemorative plaque there about one of the first McDonald's being put up because of this Filipino businessman that decided to bring in the franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a little commemorative plaque for the guy, about, hard work, business ethics, and that kind of thing.
Right.
Anyway, so we eat both in McDonald's and at the Carinderia, which is another thing that I wanted to give you a teaser about or share with you. I don't know if you saw the video, like the behind the scenes of Millennial Legends looking for the Carinderia also
saw that.
specifically in BGC the other day.
Yeah.
So I can share a little teaser with you about that. But ako kasi with this argument, and I can hear the sentiment why maybe it's becoming viral or people are responding to it or what. But for me, for someone that eats both at the Carinderia and at McDonald's, it's like, Chong, medyo magkaiba naman. Like the comparison is a bit like you're comparing Pluto and Mars. Like they're two different planets, I think. Because if you eat in, and maybe the argument is, and this is probably where I'm missing the point, that there's no place in BGC that you can eat cheap food. Is that what the whole issue is about?
That's what they're
Because
saying. That's what this guy's saying, that they can't
because
find
if
any
that
cheap food.
because if that is the issue, then of course, definitely, because it's BGC. They built that place specifically with proper urban planning and everything, so that we don't have places like carinderias within the area.
Mm.
And I think that's sort of on purpose. Or if they do have street foods, parang they have a certain standard or
Like a farmer's
kind of
market type of thing.
rules and regulations that they do. Yeah, like, but that's what Dagan was saying in one of our walks. Like, hey, this is food on the street, but it costs 400 pesos to get a drink, or 400 pesos. It's like restaurant prices. It's street. It's food on the street, but is that street food?
Yeah.
Here. Remember the street food here?
Mm,
Remember the carinderia
mm,
that we ate?
mm.
Magkano? 400, 500 siningil sa
We
atin.
ate at yeah. But that
Yeah.
say we ate barbecue and yeah, that's
500
another thing.
pesos for two of you. That seems high.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
barbecue, and they were selling it like 90 pesos for half, like a chicken or what. But
Di rin ako makapaniwala.
yeah, some carinderia is expensive, really. But I don't know. Maybe I'm missing the issue. I didn't really read the entire article. But if the whole complaint is that there's no cheap food in BGC,
Correct.
like what are we talking about here?
Well, is the last resort there McDonald's? Well, to me, what got to me is considering McDonald's as a low end type of food. I guess that's me kind of being a little bit of a snob, I guess, and I apologize about this. But I've always thought as carinderias as being more of a low end type of meals. Okay, it's not really, because it's home cooking sold by home people, right? Because when
Mm.
we eat out here, my train of thought is coming from people who eats out here in the States, whatnot. When you eat out, you go to restaurants. They're considered restaurants, but there's no such thing as a carinderia here. That's why.
Mm.
So when I think about it and I see it, which some Filipinos do have carinderia here, actually, it kind of like belittles it a little bit when it shouldn't be. And I apologize for that. So that was the train of thought I had reading this article, because once upon a time, McDonald's was like the gold standard of fast foods in the Philippines, practically almost next to Jollibee.
Yeah.
And then, two, all of a sudden, it's being considered as one of the cheapest eats in town. But then again, it's BGC, like you said. So now the argument is, it might be the best cheap option because even carinderias are getting way too expensive. There's one person that actually posted pictures of menu prices in one of the carinderias he goes to. I didn't see anything below 100 pesos in the menu. So I don't know.
Yata yun.
Yeah, is that standard now?
That sounds
is this-
expensive.
is this what's going on in the Philippines, where even carinderias are really maximizing their prices to
Well, survival guide, Carinderia survival guide. If you're getting like gulay, vegetables, 30, 35, 40 pesos maybe. But if you're going to get meat, usually 70, 80, 90 pesos per
Yeah.
little tiny tray. Oh, no, not even tray. Platito. Just a
Right.
little tiny plate. A little
Right.
sauce, sir.
So there's this one. If I could share this real quick as well. So there's this one comment here. All right. Basically, when people said McDo is cheaper for them, what they probably want is a 60 to 70 peso McSaver meal, which is cheaper than a 75 pesos to 100 pesos of Carinderia meal.
Yeah.
I think
It's
if the
crazy.
whole issue that people are talking about here are the prices,
Well,
and I
yeah,
think that's what
obviously.
people are bitching about is the prices, then magbaon ka na lang. Huwag ka na magreklamo.
Mas safe pa.
Mas
So,
safe
okay.
pa.
What I said earlier about nothing in the menu that's below 100 pesos, there is actually quite a bit here, but they look like they're mainly appetizers and stuff. So let me share this with you actually. So if you can look here, some of these items are pork sinigang with rice for 105 pesos, chicken asado with rice for 110 pesos, fried tilapia 95 pesos. So
Sorry.
roughly about everything is roughly about $2 or something.
Can
You
you
know.
double tap your mouse so that it can get larger, or press
Is that better?
command? Yeah, command plus so that we can zoom in a little bit. Yeah. So what do you got there? What are you
So
showing?
it's
Oh, the prices. Yeah,
the
yeah,
prices,
yeah.
yeah. So
Right,
it looks
right.
like some of these lower prices are more like, breakfast stuff or appetizers. Even longaniza 75 pesos.
I wonder if that's really the issue, because it's like comparing McDonald's to Carinderia. Of course, that's you're comparing apples and oranges. Hindi naman yata I don't think it's a fair. But if the issue nga is the price,
Right.
like there's nothing cheaper than they can't get anything that's cheap here in BGC. Like, it's like going swimming and you're complaining that you're getting wet. I don't get. I
That's
don't
a
get
good
it. Maybe I'm just.
I think it's more like people, complaining about the prices and also the standards of Carinderia and McDonald's itself. Yeah.
And you know what? Inside scoop that I know there is these offices also have like their little pantries where they have like little Carinderia-esque people selling food in there.
Right.
But yeah, if you're walking along the street, you're not working in BGC, you're just passing through like we do. Yeah, it's hard to complain. I can't complain about food being so expensive in BGC because it's
What's that?
BGC. And McDonald's is the only one that's open like 24 hours. I mean, if I
Right.
wanted to go to a Carinderia, which I could, but they're not open 24 hours.
Is McDonald's open 24 hours?
That particular one that we go to, the one that's on the picture,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Wow, that's kind of cool. There's no McDonald's here that's 24 hours.
24 hours yun, di ba?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of
There's a lot of
McDonald's
kasi
24 hours here.
call center there.
Yeah, that's a call center area.
Right. Real quick, if we can take a quick break for today's word of the day, if we don't mind. Do you mind?
Yeah, and then I wanted to share Millennial Legends eating at the Carinderia at BGC.
Sounds
if you want to later.
good.
Millennial word of the day.
I'm still surprised by this every time I hear it. I can just picture some dude standing behind you or some behind us just playing a violin.
Such a feel good segment. What we got for today?
Today's millennial word of the day: flex. Flex.
I-flex mo na yan.
EX.
Yeah, FLEX. So, flex is more like about bragging about yourself, basically. To sum it up, just making yourself hype yourself up, in layman's terms. It's funny because flex it is a millennial word of the day for us, but I've been using this term since I was in high school, since the 90s, man. Can you imagine?
So it's one of those words that survived to the millennials.
Right.
I heard that.
So if we
By the
buy
way,
that e-bike, are we going to be flexing the e-bike?
you're gonna be
No.
flexing it. Wow.
Ipakita.
look
Parang
at you.
ipakita mo na yan. I-flex mo na yan. Parang
I-flex mo na yan. Para meron kang riz,
Millennial word of the day.
Just to real quick. Freaking pissed me off yesterday. I literally tossed my phone on the ground. I was watching TikTok, right, while I was resting, and some douchebag on TikTok basically goes, "Man, it's been like 20 years since I've been to this place. It's pissing me off." When was that? The other person he's talking to goes, "When was that?" "Oh, it was 2004." Made me feel old like crazy. 2004 was 20 years ago. Jesus Christ. At that time, which was only 2004, I've already been around over 25 years. Jesus Christ.
I don't want to mention this because I'll sound like I'm bragging, but since you brought that up, 20 years kind of thing.
So-
I have a friend,
Dropped
radio
my phone. I'm
station.
like, fuck.
Robbie. He posted on Facebook how, well, remember, I don't know, I think I mentioned this to you that I did a little bit of Nickelodeon. I did TV, I was in front of the camera and doing that thing and like, oh, I did it for 6 years kind of thing, right? I felt so, I guess you could say proud of myself. And then Robbie, just this morning, ruined my morning, posted something on Facebook saying, like, gosh, I've been with Nickelodeon. And he does like the voiceovers for Nickelodeon.
Right.
For 20 years.
Jesus.
And I'm like, so like my 6 years is
Nothing.
6 years. Walang ano yung lolo ko sa'yo. Parang ganun. Walang sinabi yung lolo ko sa'yo. And gosh, and I'm happy for the guy. Except, yun nga, there's always somebody that's going to be better for you. I'm happy for myself. I did it for 6 years. But this guy, I'm not upset at the fact that he took over my job and did it for 20 years. I got upset at the fact that it's been 20 years. I know.
That's every
So-
time I hear something like that, that's the painful part right there.
Ruined my morning, ruined my day.
New segment real quick. Let's go wake up my wife because she has to work in 30 minutes. It's a new segment here.
What's this? Calling the wife?
And waking her up. Don't tell me she's not going to answer.
Maybe she's getting dressed.
No, there's no way. She's still sleeping.
Your call has been forwarded to
Oh.
voicemail. The person you're trying to
Wow, she didn't wake up.
Thank-
Okay, I'll call her again in 5 minutes.
F off. I'm busy.
Okay, so Millennial Legends.
Yeah, with the remaining number of minutes that we have left.
Let's go.
What you call this? Maybe we could talk about this another time. But long story short, I got to meet the Millennial Legends thanks to you that turned me on to them. And they were saying that they heard another vlogger talking about carinderias in BGC. Also, maybe this is where they're getting this from. Also, maybe maybe the Twitter post led to a vlog, and then the vlogger vlogged about BGC carinderias. And then so parang they're on their way to Manila when they thought about doing that. And then they saw the vlog of the guy looking for the BGC carinderia.
Mhm.
So they were like, oh, we want to go there. And then we were like, okay, we can take you there. But we don't know where it is. About more or less half hour, an hour, we finally were looking at the clues and everything. Video, behind the scenes kind of thing. Oh, this poste, this wall, where's this wall? Kind of that. So we finally found it after about 30 minutes, 45 minutes looking around.
Right.
And I don't know. did
Kasi
you
ba
see-
naman, yung mga guard, sa kami tinuro.
So this is quite
What?
literally like a wall, and it's right behind or beside like the Hyatt, the Grand Hyatt.
Right.
Parang as in like the biggest, most expensive probably hotel that you could find there. And this is like literally just a stone's throw away or a wall behind.
there.
Wait, let me rewind it real quick to show you the wall. So this is Hyatt on the left side.
Right.
Grand Hyatt, and then there's this wall on the right side. If you can see that,
Uh-huh.
and then you just walk into this little tiny esquinita. So that's Dagan doing his thing, And
Just
And I'm
walked right there.
Yeah.
and then you don't know, and then all of a sudden you just walk through there, very sort of discreet looking passageway.
That looks sketchy as hell. Actually, it's not that bad.
They fixed it up.
Yeah.
Except when you turn the corner, there's a whole bunch of tricycles. It's actually a tricycle terminal,
Ah,
but it's such a cute place because that's where most of the employees actually eat.
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
But that area is a squatter.
Di naman, wag naman natin sabihing squatter. There's like, it's a residential area, except there's like a tricycle stand there. It's funny
Man, I
because
would
when we-
love to go to that place though.
It's funny because when we were looking at the video for clues on where that area is, oh, there's a parking lot, blah blah blah, like that. This car that's right there behind Elisa
Yeah.
is also there when we were looking at the video. So it's like the same car is parked in the same spot while we were walking around. So
Kami namin na yun na.
I love the juxtapose of this area because so there's the parking lot, Carinderia, and then you got these tall buildings right behind that you'd never think that it's
It's
like
literally the border.
right at the
Yeah.
outskirts. This is like Mexico and Texas crossing that little
Boundary.
hole on
Boundaries
the wall.
talaga, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we were, after an hour looking for it. And good thing we had a little dinner before we looked for it
Right.
because and then so this would be our second dinner actually.
Out.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's
that's
kind
my
of cool
little
though.
teaser
Mhm.
for you. So when we found it, so the Carinderia is actually right
Yeah.
on the tricycle
Right.
terminal. But the thing lang is we wanted to have bulalo. They had bulalo, but as it
Not
is in the
available.
Carinderia, we ran out as in we were too late.
Yeah.
But when we got there, Chong, as in punong-puno, like the police officers were eating there, the people that were working at the hotel were all eating there.
Right.
It's just so cute that all these employees legit
Yeah.
were eating there. Pero yun nga, unahan. Then they don't have a lot of seats like McDonald's does,
Right.
and they don't have like guaranteed food like McDonald's has. You get your pluses and minuses, but
Yeah, but
dude,
if you go to a place that runs out of food in Carinderia, that means it's a good thing.
yeah, Chong, the shawmai was killer.
Yeah.
Sobrang
So good.
sarap. It's like I've
why are you calling me Chong? What the heck is a Chong?
The
You- you make-
millennial.
Am I a
Chong, like
monkey?
pare. No, I didn't say chongo.
Chong, it's brother.
Okay.
Dagan was saying back in the in Visayas, when they go home, like everybody has this word that they use, lods. Lods. Yeah, kain
Lods?
tayo ng siomai, lods. Oo. That's the new chong now. What's lods?
I don't know what
Sometimes-
lods is.
Sometimes we like to ito talaga, introduction, wag mo lang basta sabihin, konting kwento, context.
Lodi?
We like to play with words, lodi. What's lodi? We like to flip the words around sometimes. Idol.
Oh my God.
So before with Itbulaga, like bossing, like it just caught on, everybody's calling bossing, pwede paano ganito bossing.
Yeah.
And then now this, like, I think the motorcycle culture is the one that started it. I could be wrong.
Right.
But
right.
if you're a good rider, maybe you're an idol, parang ganyan. So idol, and then idol morphed into lodi.
Right.
So
that
Dagan was saying when they go back to Bicol or Visayas, they're gonna start hearing lods all
Lods.
over again.
see that show my stand right there, just the way it is. Can you go back real quick? Go back. real quick.
Yeah.
That to me looks like it would be a good place to eat at, just because of the way it's organized and presented, plus having the food right there on the counter itself. To me, oh man, I would devour that thing.
And you
Oh.
could taste that it's clean, parang it's fresh, parang
Yeah.
bagong
Yeah.
luto. Bagong
Yeah.
luto.
Well, a
Right.
lot of carinderias really do cook it day of, though. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's just the only way to sell stuff. By the way,
on the spot.
there's been a number of videos where Alyssa and Dagan are eating shawmai, and it looks so good. It's crazy how you can just buy it in the streets like that. Oh man, I love it. I love
And the
it.
chili, oh my god.
Yeah, and the sauce. That's the
Yeah.
killer about this. As in, okay na nga yung siomai. The siomai was top notch, but the
Right.
sauce was that cherry on top that was like
Man.
mapapatakam, babalik-balikan.
I want to honestly. That's like to me. I don't even care about traveling all the different places in the Philippines, and if I do, I'm mostly gonna enjoy the food. I'm not even kidding. Oh yeah, nice chocolate hills. Whatever. Show me where the food
Dadaling
is.
ka namin sa
You're
You
not
know.
a geography kind of guy. You're more
No, man.
culinary.
At my age, no. Whatever. I'll see it.
Oh.
I'll go. I'll spend 5 minutes. Okay, on to the next. Let's go eat. I'd prefer that. You know.
You'd enjoy trying, let's say, adobo in Luzon is different from adobo in
Yeah.
Visayas, and it's different in Mindanao. Like
Well,
same dish but different presentation.
well, it's different flavor, is what you should say, because the
Mm.
adobos
Try
up
it
north
lang.
is not the same as adobos down south or everywhere else. You know,
Mm-mm.
or even their what is that? The bulalo. Oh man, I'm not even kidding. I'm probably going to. I don't care about. I'll eat at fancy restaurants in Manila or whatever. Don't care. Honestly, steak. I don't care.
How about
I've had
Texas
more than enough
Roadhouse?
steak in my life. Huh?
What
Texas
about
Roadhouse.
There's a Texas Roadhouse down the street from here, literally 5 minutes from here, where we buy. My favorite food at Texas Roadhouse is the bread and the butter.
Killer.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I
Yeah.
do with that thing? I literally go there and just buy the bread and take it to go and then bring it home. And then what I do is, listen, so you take the bread, you open it, right? And then you spread the butter that they give you, right?
Yeah.
But here's the best part. You fry yourself some Spam and some eggs.
Mm.
Oh, you put it on there. And then, hold on, I'm not done. You take some of the butter, you spread it on top, right? Just a little bit. And then you put it in the put it in the air fryer. Just to make it a little bit crispy. Son of a gun. Holy schmuck, man. It's not even funny. That first bite, so with the butter going, licking your lips.
And
When
the
you
Texas
put some-
Roadhouse bread is complimentary, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's free. Well, no, you can buy it to go. You can buy it to go.
Yeah.
I buy it.
Yeah.
I buy it.
Siya,
We didn't have that. when we
siya,
were there.
tinake out
Yeah.
niya.
Yeah. So since you're putting the butter there, right, and you put in the air fryer, it's actually going to turn the top of the bread a little bit crispier, right? But when you bite it, with all that butter going around your lips and then the egg yolk, just
Oh my God.
oh,
Oh my God.
son.
Sama
See
nga
now. On my way home, I'm gonna go to Texas Roadhouse. I'm gonna go buy some bread. And
Go to
I'm gonna
work.
make that
Go to
down.
work first.
It's been a while. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a way to end it. Yummy.
Let's end it with a little bit of a visual of Dagan, like 6 foot something, eating in a karinderya in front of a Hello Kitty little mug there.
That is such a sight of your sore eyes, man. That's so awesome.
So yun, we ended up eating at the karinderya, which was
Right.
fine, except yun nga, we ran out of they ran out of bulalo for us, so it was such a
Yeah.
bummer. But at
Man.
least we found the place.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah,
if you guys went to Texas Roadhouse, right? I would have skipped that and I would just found a carinderia. That's just me. My wife will probably want to go where there's aircon. You know.
Ako
Kami,
naman.
we were so knackered already from walking around that we needed
Yeah.
to eat something before we went on this treasure hunt.
Ako naman ang gusto ko dun sa Texas Road. Yung nuts.
Oh yeah, they got the free nuts.
Okay.
And Dagon was telling us, like in real Texas, parang they throw the nuts on the
Nuts.
ground lang,
Just
or
chuck
what?
it on the
Yeah.
ground, baby. That's it. That you walk in there. There's certain booths where it's all freaking peanuts shells on the floor.
Oh.
One thing you should get at Texas Roadhouse, and it's actually pretty cheap. It's the fried pickles as well. That's I forgot to tell you. That was key to the sandwich that I make. So you buy the bread and the fried pickles to go, right? On top of the ham, on top of the in the middle of the Spam and the fried eggs, you put the fried pickles.
Natatakam na naman siya.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Time to go to work, boy.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us today. Next episode coming up this Sunday, same time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and at 7:30 p.m. Philippines. Anything you want to add on?
Maybe we'll get to talk a little bit about the millennial legends then. And I've been wanting to talk about the Pinoy, the Pony Boys in Baguio. Maybe that's another issue topic. Just teasing it out there just in case we get the chance to talk about it.
Sounds good. Hey, guys, again, thanks for joining us. Christine, thank you very much. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's.
Happy Heart Day.
Happy Hearts Day. Oh, let's do something cheesy. Go put your hand like that. Wait,
Other side.
maybe this way, this way.
This way.
Yeah,
This
no.
way. This way. This way. No, this way. This way. Thanks for tuning in. Catch us on the next episode, Sunday, 6:30 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. Philippines. This is The Flip Side with Jay and Noel.